Hello guys, MikuChibi here. Welcome to another Small Island Factory video. And today, or not today, this week it is Aincrad anniversary. So they are bringing a lot of events in the table, and one of them is the Assault event, which you can see behind me, the Laughing Coughing Assault 2025. And if you remember that, I did make a video about the WEXP farming, the AFK WEXP farming. It is really nice, one of my favorite to do. I mean, there has been many assault events lately. I don't know how many they have done, maybe 2 to 3. So anytime you have free time or don't have time to play and you want to farm weapon speed, then assault event is a good place. If you want to multitask, for example, let's say you want to play Modern Ways or whatever games, maybe TFT, and you want to also farm weapon speed, then it's a good time. So they have been releasing a lot of many assault events. One disclaimer though is that I will show you how I do it. Right now my ingot is pretty high, and you can see my ingot is maxed out, almost maxed out. The percent one is max 3%. That is a lot, so that gonna boost our base WEXP by a lot. And then the flat one is close to 100, which should be the max one. I just need couple more copies, then I'm pretty much done, but I should gain a lot from this. And you can see a farming maze, so I starting with 392,002. So we're gonna see how much weapon speed we are gonna get. So I'm just gonna write this down so I remember this part. So how much was it now? 392, and then that's 2, and then so yeah. All right, I think in the previous video I forgot to showcase the assist character, but how do you want to build your assist character? Basically, any assist character they want to level up or that are strong, that can use any AoE, especially mod skill. Any AoE mod skill, they're pretty good. So sword and spear, they're probably one of the best ones when it comes to AoE. So I'm gonna use my Kirito, and here he's using double mod sword that are AoE, and this one is one of the strongest mod AoE, so it's pretty good. So use equip one, use slot in the one of the strongest mod fodder for mod sword, and then for passive use build, focus on defense and attack. That's all. I'm using Power Rise 3, and then we have of course one of the best defense passive in game, and then use Xenon to activate more attack and stuff. And last one, 4 slot, it can be anything. Both I mostly prefer having resistance so they can stay a little bit alive. This one is sleep, the silica, but I'm not sure what element they're gonna apply in Laughing Coughing. Maybe it's gonna be bleed, so you want to build bleed or reduction bleed damage, something like that. With him we can pick let's see, who is the next one? Jujo. Okay, so gonna use Jujo and Kirito, and they're gonna have the similar build, the same build as well. You can see they have similar build, and maybe not Leafa. I can probably remove Leafa for Yuki. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So if you have double mod sword, that is AoE, use that, is pretty good. If you don't have that, then you can use one mod AoE and then any other AoE, or if you don't have any mod that is AoE, well, use any strong AoE skill, then you're pretty much good to go. And then use build around the passive. And if you want to equip more, you have to level up. So yeah, so you have to do everything after that. For difficulty, lower the better, so you can easier farm weapon speed, but I need some point as well, so I'm gonna pick something higher. So 55k is what I'm gonna use, because my assist character is kind of strong, so I can use that. If your assist character is pretty weak, then do the lower difficulty. So for the buff I have on me is Gil buff. So if you are in Gil, make sure to use the weapon speed Gil buff. It should be really helpful. It gives you 100% more weapon speed farming. And let's see how much weapon speed we're getting here. So 240 weapon speed on mace, and I also am using shield. So that's gonna be a lot. And usually you kill around 100 to 200 mobs, especially if you're doing the weaker level. So you are getting a lot. So I should be getting around, let's see, the duration of this run is 3 minutes, so roughly 40-50k weapon speed I will assume that I'm getting. And if you have lower level ingot, you should get even less. That is fine. Even if you don't have a high level ingot, that is fine, because you only need a +5 on the flat level ingot, because that's gonna help you a little bit. but the more you have, the better it is. And for the percentage, you don't even need high level, you only need +1. So 1 ingot of that 20% is a lot, so that is going to be helpful for you. And then you focus on building around the flat ingot, and then you're pretty much good to go. If you don't have the coal, or you don't have the time to grind for it, well, +5 is good enough. It's pretty good. And the 3 minutes have passed, so let's see how much weapon speed I got. I was assuming I'm getting around 40 to 50k weapon speed, and that is with shield, and if I unequip it, I will get double amount of that. So let's have a look how much we're getting here. I also farm with points, so I should get decent amount. 2400 points, that is not bad. So for weapon speed, how much did I get? We started with 390 something, so roughly 45 to 50k around there, something like that. So that is a good amount, and that is per 3 minutes. So if I do it per hour, that should be roughly let's see, per hour 900, yeah, let's say 900k per hour, which is not bad. That is kind of 1 to 2 level for my level, and if you're beginner and stuff or early, that is a lot of weapon speed. So that is a good example, that can be good. It depends if your ingot is pretty high. So 900k weapon speed per hour is not bad, especially if you are doing AFK and also trying to farm points. It is pretty good. Let's see now. Next one, we're gonna try and see if we can do it without shield. Maybe we're gonna get more, and it kind of vary. It depends how many your assist character can defeat. Like I mentioned before, you are getting around 100 to 200 mobs defeated. It just depends how well built your assist character are and how good they are using the skills. Sometimes sometimes they get hit and they get stunned and then they die. That means you lose some mobs there, so you lose some WEXP farming there. So try to build around, depends on what resistant or the element the enemy is playing. So you build around on your assist character, and then also on yourself. You need to survive as well. If you die, you won't get any WEXP, so make sure to not die. Make sure you are able to tank all the hits. Like me, I used taking 1 damage, so it's pretty good, and I should be able to tank a lot of these. Like, how many mobs there? There's probably like 10 here, all of them doing 1 damage, and I heal back 10. Easy. It's kind of like the Kirito scene, if you remember that, when the enemy tried to ambush Kirito and only took 1 damage. Yeah, I feel like that right now. So let's see, we are getting how much? 480 weapon speed, and that is double the amount, so it is a lot. So I should get roughly, let's see, 40 to 50 like I mentioned before. So this should be 80 to 100, and that's a lot. And if you calculate that in hour, well, that is 100k or 1 million weapon speed per hour. And that is a lot. That is like 2-3 levels. And if you have high level weapon speed, then, or if you're lower, then it's even more. And it works in any assault event. Any assault event that is released, you take advantage if you need some weapon speed farming, or you don't have the time to play and you need to increase your weapon speed level. And there's an assault event. Make sure to do this method. It is pretty good. I definitely recommend it, especially if you're really busy. Looks like they're applying poison, so now you want to adjust, making sure you don't take any damage, and you want to do it for every single all your assist characters, so they also don't take any damage. Or if you have real high resistance to it, then you can also equip that. I don't have high poison resistance, so I can equip alternative, which can be poison reduction. So this is pretty good if you don't have high resistance to any element. You can then equip any element that can reduce the damage, or any passive that can reduce the damage, which is pretty good as well. Really good in late game if you're playing around like element. So you see now I taking less damage and also heal it back. So this is like really good. But if the enemy managed to apply a lot of stack, or maybe multiple element, well, you're gonna be a really hard time. And you can see here my junior is down, so I'm losing some mobs here and they're pushing me back. And now he's back and I should be able to finish them. So I lose some time there, but that is fine. But it doesn't really matter, because you either way are not even playing the game. So any weapon you're gaining any amount is pretty good. And we have now 5 seconds left, and now we're gonna check how much we're getting after 3 minutes without any shield and almost max level on the ingot. So let's have a look how much weapon speed we gain used without any shield. 267, I believe we were at from the beginning 344, something like that. So roughly 70 to 80k weapon speed per 3 minutes, not bad. And if you want to convert to hour, that is what, 1.4 million to 1.6 million weapon speed per hour, which is a lot, not bad. I mean, if you don't have an ingot right now, you can buy if you have the coal. I do not recommend because it's kind of high, kind of pricey, but it really depends how do you value the ingot. Let's take the one I used, which is the base one, because right now the cheapest one is 4 million and there aren't that many that's selling. So 4 million, if you want more level, it's gonna be a little bit costly, and there are some people that selling it already, some of the high ones. So yeah, you can buy if you think it's worth. I do not recommend that. I will only recommend during when there are like free search ingot. That one is pretty good. Hopefully you can praise on getting some ingot there. And you can see it is kind of costly. So whatever you want to farm, and let's say you want to farm for sword, yeah, be ready to pay a lot, especially the ones that a lot of people farming for. So either farm or buy or wait for when they are getting a free ingot banner, then it's also really good. Or if you can maybe find a seller that sell for cheap, you can also do that, buy from them. So yeah. So if you need weapon speed farming right now, especially for the panda mission, then do this one if you can't play at the moment. Use this one is really good method. I really like it and I also recommend it. So that's me. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Take care now and bye bye.